on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska, Wayno, and our friend Akademiks, who showed up bright and early today, took a very long nap in the green room. Good morning. How you feeling?
Yeah, niggas trying to force me to move in the complex.
That's what it's gonna take for you to
That's
come.
what it's gonna take.
What's good with y'all though? You over here glowing? Look at you.
There you go.
About to get a backhanded compliment.
No,
right. I was waiting for what was coming after.
No, that was it.
Okay,
You're glowing.
Thank you, Akademiks. That's very sweet of you. I'm good. I'm great.
Wayno, you look like a nigga, bro. Don't wait for no. Don't wait for no compliment, bro.
I wasn't looking for what?
No, Wayno had that look like, all right, so what about me now? What about me? How's my close up? Nah, bro. Nah.
He coming back with heat this morning.
Yeah, Wayno was trying to decide his fate. So like Craig, our floor manager, was talking about Succession, that show on HBO. What was the question? If you had to be trapped in a cage with a tiger or a swimming pool with a shark, which one would you pick? Wayno couldn't decide.
I don't want to die either way.
No
like,
one wants
you're gonna
to die, but like if
you
you had to choose one of those, what would you pick? You had enough time to think about it this way, no?
Y'all are doing too much things with animals, yo. I was recently watching there's this young black kid on social media. His name is like the real Tarzan.
Yeah.
And like, man, this dude was like bear hugging like what was that thing that killed Steve Irwin?
Stingray.
The stingray. And the whole time I'm like, yo, like why do these people really think that
You
these
could hug a
animals have?
stingray?
I don't know why you seem fascinated about it. I don't know why people be
Just because of the shape of it, how do you even hug? Okay.
This could be an all day conversation, but stingrays usually don't attack people. That's the thing. Like they usually don't really attack people like that.
Man, you listen, my dog don't bite till the day he bites you. Okay, listen, listen. I don't know how we could just properly predict how an animal gonna act.
You can't. That's why no, listen, I told you, and I'm dead serious. I would love to see people do some sort of wild animal challenge because I want to see people get attacked by animals.
This is so fucked up, Wayno.
I'm just saying, if people do fucked up shit all the time, I would at least like to.
Are we talking about regular people or are we talking about like prisoners or something?
No, regular people. I'm talking about.
I'm just saying like that inevitably some people gonna die. Like if the people we can't have productive members of society running like swimming away from sharks.
No,
like
so you didn't
dogs,
see the thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
you didn't see the thing with the girl jumped over the thing by the Bronx Zoo, and the lion was looking at her like she was crazy.
All right.
Nah, the last thing I seen with a lion was somebody hopped out of a car like in the real safari, and the lion had ate them like in about like 20 seconds. It was the best meal they probably had all week.
Listen, I want to see the wild animal challenge. So all you
just wanna
idiots,
see somebody get eaten
How
alive.
terrible is that?
all you idiots out there that would like to challenge
I'm going
wild
to safari
animals,
this year. I'm gonna send you some videos of tourists.
Stay your
doing some
ass in the
wild
car.
shit. I mean,
The funny is, I don't even want to be in the car. I watch it online. Like I don't even. It's
guy.
probably the same. If I can't come out the car, it's probably safer for me to watch it on YouTube.
okay,
got
so
4K.
cage with a tiger or pool with a shark, and then we can start. the
Neither.
That's what I said.
First of all, I can't swim.
We know.
I'm not that buoyant, so that's not really gonna work.
You would float though. You
And
look like
I
you
am
would float.
fast though. I could probably run faster than a tiger, but still, no. Those motherfuckers are gonna eat you as the hungrier they are, the more dead you are.
I'm gonna go with shark in a pool, and then we can.
I'll
move
just
on.
close with this. Do you believe that does Akademiks look fast at anything? to
No,
you?
not at all. Not even.
I'm
remote.
definitely faster than Wayno. That's definitely faster.
Okay.
fuck
All right,
outta
yo,
here.
let's
You're from Harlem, bro.
start the show. Young M.A. finally dropped her debut album. It's called Herstory in the Making, that came out last Friday. Follow up to her 2017 EP, Herstory. So this is 3 years after her mega super breakout hit. We've been waiting a long time for this project. It's 21 tracks. She didn't go too crazy with the guest features, only a couple people on here. Production from people like Mike Zombie, Zaytoven, and more. So what did you guys think about this project after the long wait? I know we like some of the singles like Big. She's having fun, rapping well. Thoughts?
I think overall it was a solid effort. It don't feel like a debut album to me.
Right.
You know, I think partially it's the space in between when you got introduced to her and now you're kind of hearing her story. You get me? And also like a lot of times with debut projects, it feels like those records predates them even getting popular. I feel like she took some time to really realize how to make an album to make these songs. So like, you know, like when you listen to Get Rich or Die Trying, right? Like classic debut album, right? Like a lot of those songs 50 had before and it made it onto the album, but it was leading up to it encapsulated the story because it was stuff that happened in the past. You get me? Like this felt like she was trying to learn how to make an album. And I like it. You know, I've always said I just don't think outside of the mainstream, especially the mainstream rappers, let's stick to them. Like, Young M.A rap circles around these chicks, man. Like, for real, for real.
Chicks and dudes.
Chicks and dudes, you're right. Yeah. Like, there's probably 2 to 3 chicks all throughout just hip hop period that I believe that you could even throw in the realm with Young M.A. And I just never felt like she's ever gotten that credit, you know? And, you know, she's incessantly dropped a bunch of, like, freestyles, which, you know, I think some people looked at it, but they kind of, after seeing how Oo's really a freestyle. Like, Oo's really a freestyle. Like, I don't look at that as like a record. It's kind of like a freestyle with like dope moments. That's how I look at it. A lot of these other joints, in terms of the freestyle, I think people didn't know if she could make a record, like make songs. You get me? Rather than just rap. You know she can rap well, and kind of have like lack of structure and this, that, and third. I thought she definitely tried to make an effort to, you know, make an album here. So
I really enjoyed this album because, you know, M.A is such a person that's like, it's like she fades to black every time she puts something out. She puts something out, she disappears. She puts something out, she disappears. You don't really see much from her. I got to learn a lot about who she was on this album. You know, from, you know, how she was, her come up, you know, her losing her brother, you know, how hard that affected her. Her dealings with women. Yo, you know what's so crazy? And this, you know, we always had this conversation about like the gay rappers and this, that, and the third. Yo, listen to Young M.A. I relate to a lot of the stuff she says because with the perspective she speaks from sounds like a man. No,
That's interesting.
Her perspective is like a man's perspective. So when I'm listening to her, I'm taking I'm not thinking about her sexuality. I'm really just listening to her music, and it sounds like I'm listening to a nigga vent about chicks.
This is really funny you say that. So we've had enough jokes about him getting uncomfortable about women rapping about sex. So do you feel the same, or are you good because she's talking about girls and not dudes?
I mean, it's not a process.
It's not like a serious question.
It's not a process of me relating. It's like some stuff like when. Let's be really right. If I'm listening to Lil' Kim saying she can make a fucking Sprite can disappear down her throat, that line just catches me off guard. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a dude. You know what I mean? Like, it
does it make you uncomfortable or does it make you happy?
Uncomfortable.
No. Because when I'm listening to someone rap, I'm taking their perspective, not maybe who they're talking to. Right. Like, men talk to women a lot in music, but and I don't know how women do it, where they can listen to a song that might be even objectifying women, and they think about it on the receiving end of hearing the record as opposed to the person who's saying it. Me, I'm always in the author's mind. So like if I hear her say some more, I'm like, whoa. It like breaks. It's like somebody walking past the movie screen. Like with Young M.A, you don't really see that because first of all, her lyrics aren't. She does have some sexualized lyrics.
She got a lot of sexualized lyrics,
but. It for me, it's not. I don't get the nigga walking in front of the movie screen effect.
Yeah, I'm just saying that when I listen to it,
I understand.
I'm just like she's saying so much shit, but it sounds like she's breaking it down from like a dude's perspective. I feel like I'm listening to a nigga. Like I'm dead serious. It's like I'm listening to a nigga. But beyond that, I think that she put together a good project. It seemed like she had to get out of her own way in order to do it though, because I like for her to have such a mega smash hit with Ooh, and she said it too on like I seen in certain interviews. She made a lot of money fast, and like that kind of takes away a bit from the hunger. But every time she puts out records, them shits boom fast, quick, you know. So I really respect her making this album. There's a lot of really dope records on here. I fuck with it.
All right. Let's see. I don't think she's gonna disappear this time. It seems like they're really pushing this project.
That single Big, I really fuck with it.
Yeah, like, Big is fire.
I feel like that's the space that she like kills in.
You know what's ill?
And also like, I think this album kind of like showed. I don't think she was ever like too serious, but I do believe when she came out and you know. When people found out that she was a lesbian and she
found out. I mean, when she didn't like you. It's on the surface, bruh. Like
well, listen. When people realize, okay, this is what she into, and she's rapping about it too.
Yeah.
I felt like, and she even talked about, I heard her like speak about how she was dealing with people kind of like either trolling her or constantly responding with that. Like, I think now, like, when I heard Big, like, that's the energy that she's just playfully having fun with all this shit.
Yeah.
You get me? And I think that's where she
You
went.
know what's dope about her too is like, we always get into these situations where we want like our rappers to have like great hooks and great records. Like, you can listen to her rap all day and not hear a hook and not be dissatisfied. Like
she's just so swaggy with it. It's like the best way I could explain.
Absolutely.
Like, her freestyles are so much fun to watch. We have a couple of fan questions. Let's do this one. Young M.A. Has very strong numbers on YouTube for each one of her videos. Her numbers even beat out artists who are signed to labels and have good streaming numbers. Do you think she can survive as an artist by continuing to dominate on YouTube and locally in her region?
I mean, locally in her region, she dominates in terms of like locally. I mean, if we're talking about the tri-state area up to, you know, the Boston, the New Hampshires, down to like the Phillies and DCs, I think that she does very, very well. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what she can do. I haven't really seen Young M.A. hit the South heavy or hit the Midwest heavy, but like that, she's gonna be fine. Like, she never put out an album. Like, this is her second project in 3 years. How many people put out 7, 8 projects in the past 3 years and haven't even scratched the surface of influence that she has? So she'll be more than good.
I think she'll do fine. I think, by the way, when you see the numbers looking so good on like YouTube and stuff like that, she benefits from what a lot of artists are afraid of, like lack of saturation. So, like, yeah, if you have 8 really dope songs up instead of AD, yeah, those songs are gonna have more plays. And I think I don't know if it's by strategy, but she spaces them out really well. In terms of her surviving and you know, like, I'm guessing she's still independent, right? Unless she signed.
Yeah, she's independent. She's done the production company, but she's independent though.
Okay. Well, I didn't think after Ooh, like, fizzled out that she would have another moment, and I do think this song Big is a moment. So when I see her kind of recreate that feeling and that moment that Ooh was, I then look at her to say, okay, as long as she could give us one of these and she'll always be able to rap, she's gonna be around. It's just how could she like space out the time where we're not thinking like she just went ghost.
Right.
I think New York rap is in a good space as long as people stop like acting like it's not. And when you look up Boogie, Cardi, M.A., so many others on the up and coming scene, New York is in a good space as long as people stop acting like we gotta just dominate the whole entire game by tomorrow. It'll get back to where like it once was if people just keep working.
Sure. All right, let's see. Album is brand new, so hopefully she sticks around for a while. And now we get into some label drama. So with Young M.A, a lot of the conversation here has been about sort of timing, when she should have followed up with bigger records and an album. But for some people, the label shit gets complicated. So Wale got on Twitter this week to call his label for messing up his album rollout plan. He said they screwed up the lyric video, the track list, they released the artwork with 20 minutes notice, submitted the wrong press photos, on and on. So we don't know what's happening here behind the scenes. It could be a mixture of things, but like, we know you've worked with labels a lot with your artists. Like, how often does stuff like this actually happen?
Shit like that happens every day, but a lot of times when things like this happen, it's a lot due to who's the personnel around. So while Wale is like, you know, he's been doing this for over 10 years, he knows everything there is to know. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he's handling all the deliverables as far as the artwork or dotting the T's and crossing the I's of what everything should be, but I don't know who's managing him. So like, that's usually miscommunication between management and label. Like, there should be no situation where he's just finding out about shit 15 seconds or minutes before it's actually going out. Everything should be a rolled out plan. So I don't understand for an artist of his caliber being in for so many years, how this type of shit is still happening to him. I'm confused. And I can't put it directly on the label and I can't put it directly on him. I just know that this is the reason why people are supposed to have certain types of management, or not even just management.
But are management and label always on the same page, or even the artist when it comes to stuff like this? Like, who has the final say if an artist is not
Artist
feeling
has
it?
the
The
final
manager,
say.
do they always?
Artists usually, more 9 times out of 10, artists, if there's a picture that you absolutely don't want to go with, and you like, yo, I really don't fucking like this picture, and everybody tries to convince you, you still have to say, yes or no. And Wale is not in a position where people just telling him what to do or just giving him this and saying, all right, this is who we doing. So that's what I'm saying, is like, who missed the mark? Somebody missed something,
Where's Wale signed to? He's still
Warner
at
Brothers.
Is it Warner Brothers?
Yeah, which he was at Atlantic, which is 1 or 2, but he's at Warner now.
So he's moved over from Atlanta just to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I read this, and while I understand with Wale's plight, I feel like he was trying to put one of his old, like the old, like, woe is me moves. Like, bro, you had a label. Like, which artist really thinks that the label is trying to, like, destroy you? Like, oh, someone internally is trying to fuck with me and break. Like, right then I was like, stop it, bro. Like, that's the staff that works along with your management team. They want the best for you. Now, do they fuck up? Absolutely. Are there miscommunications? Absolutely. A lot of moving parts? Absolutely. I felt him tweeting this out, and of course he should be mad. I'm not saying he shouldn't be mad. I feel like when he tweeted this out, this was more of the Wale that we've seen on social media that I particularly don't care for. Like, it's like almost trying to become a victim. Like, honestly, I think Wale's music has picked up in people kind of caring for it in the last, like, year or so. I think that's a good thing. I didn't see him, like, shouting out his label then. You get me? But now, a couple mistakes are made, and of course, it's leading up to a big moment for him, which I could tell. I think this also comes out because, he's probably very antsy and nervous about the moment. This is a make or break thing for Wale. If you hear how he speaks about his trajectory and, like, just how he thinks about doing music, period. And, some of the thoughts of even he thought, like, maybe he wouldn't be doing this, right? I didn't like how he went about it on social media. Like, he should take the Tory Lanez approach and be like, of course, I don't think he did that for clout at all.
The Tory Lanez approach.
Yeah, this didn't need to be on social media. You get me? Like, and also, I look at it from the perspective of the same people who he's calling out, like, they're still gonna have to work his record.
Artists do this all the time, though. It's not like he's alone out here.
I mean, like, people are robots now, yo. Like, social media is just, Nadeska, you do an amazing job of staying off of that shit.
So I just don't give a fuck. I'm trying harder to be on it.
But people, their social media is such an extension of themselves. I don't think they know how to be without it anymore. Like, before early Twitter, early Instagram days, and whenever something bad happened and then people went crazy about it, we like, oh, keep that shit on social media. Now everybody wants everything on social media all the time. People think that that's the place to vent or that's the place to come to when you're misunderstood, etc. So I don't think for everything that Wale's done, I would expect differently out of him from what he's went through with social media. I don't think it's a thing now. I think it's like it's him speaking at this point. Like, it's gonna be no different if he does an interview. Like,
but I do believe, he ended it well by saying, like, he's trying to change the energy and look at the better things that's going on for him. But if you ask me, right, Wale has been on a short list of rappers, and I could throw 2 more on there, Vic Mensa, even Russ, that the music isn't that in question as much. When it comes to, like, their perception, they're unlikable a bit. And they're unlikable with Russ. He's a little bit too braggadocious, right? He's popping a little bit too much shit. Vic Mensa just seems unlikable.
but you said people don't really like his music either. That's what you said about it.
Who? Yeah, well, I'm not even going to talk about music.
Okay.
I'm just talking about just how people view these artists. And we do know we live in an age where it's much more than your music that people are buying into. They're buying into you personally. They're buying into, if you tweet every day, like, they're buying into that too.
Yeah. And
Wale, I feel like people have seen Wale as a person that complains. And I think him getting out of that, I I thought he was kind of heading down that route in the last year or so. I feel like this kind of, I don't think it derailed the whole process of it because he didn't put out good music. I think he's been in a good space.
Yeah.
But for where he's trying to go and the impression or the perception he's trying to like destroy, I don't think this was too helpful for that. But sometimes, you know, we all have a nigga moment. I don't be trying to be on social media, but you see the wrong tweet and you say, man, fuck these niggas, man.
You sure do.
Right? So I kind of understand it,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure he probably thought like, yeah, I could have done without that.
Yeah.
All right, you're right. The energy has been good though. Shout out to Wale. I'm excited for this project. 50 Cent has been doing a lot of press recently and sharing his thoughts on the industry. So in his latest interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he said he basically thinks that these days more and more rappers are gonna disappear after getting their first hit. So take a look at this and then decide big facts or BS.
Hip hop is youth connected. They have a low attention span. You're gonna see way more artists come and have one hit and disappear now because of how we're consuming music. They meet the audience before they meet the record companies, and because they're not getting bumped around as much as we was getting bumped around before you got your shot, they're gonna take off and be on the road running around and having the time of their life before they're preconditioned to write music, and then when they come back and slow down, they're not gonna be able to write a hit record to save their life.
Big facts or BS?
I want to know what Akademiks thinks first.
Oh, definitely big facts. Hey, I can tell you right now, and this is how quick music is going. XXL Freshman List came out like 3 months ago. There's like 2 niggas on there that nobody gives a fuck about no more. That's facts. I mean, that's actually a fact.
You didn't give a fuck about them when the list
No. I did, but they had one song. And I think this is what 50 Cent, like, record companies are signing niggas for one song, not even talent, one song.
Yeah.
You get me? And that songs sometimes don't last like a full 2 years or a year and a half. Yeah, you could go on the road. Like in terms of the charts and shit, it ain't gonna last too long, but you could go on the road for the next year with it, and I think that's what 50 means. You're gonna go have fun. A lot of the newer artists, I can't see them lasting too long. You get me?
And Corday was saying a lot of people are cool with that though.
Yeah.
You just get the bag.
Hit a lick, right?
Get out.
I thought you was gonna say BS for some reason. I don't know why. But labels been signing people for one song. Like, that's not a new thing. They've been signing people for one song. But I say big facts as well because music is just so disposable. Like we was having a conversation about Little. There's another Little coming right now. Like, Littles is coming out of factory. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be another one, as well as we like Tekka right now and all of that. There's gonna be another one right after him, and then the next one after him, and the next one after him. And a lot of these artists aren't looking for longevity. They looking to hit a lick. That's why I said, you know, I can't even say I'm 50-50 on that Corday comment. You know what I mean? Because yeah, while it is cool for you to hit a lick and make a lot of money, everybody thinks, oh, make a lot of money and then put it into real estate and then you'll be good for the rest of your life. That's not how life always works. Like, usually it doesn't go that way. And a lot of these kids, they're getting paid obscene amounts of money. They're making all types of money. Now we're in the most emotional fucking state we've ever been in when it comes to artists. And they get depressed and they don't know what to do, and then they're gone within 6 months. Like, one-hit wonder artists used to last a few years. One-hit wonder artists last, like you said, 2 months, 2-3 months.
Hip hop, the proving ground for all these new rappers is every 6 months. If you don't got something popping, every 6 months you're cold.
Yeah.
Like,
It's brutal.
I mean, I could name just tons of people. Just last year, the mirror's on fire. Now, he's looking for one. He dropped a record with the City Girls, and that didn't perform as well. Is he gonna catch another one, or is it a wrap? Like, that, it's that quick, like that short of a window. Now we're saying, could he do it again, or is this a wrap, right? You look at Blueface. I'm like, damn, the buzz for this kid is ridiculous.
We remember Akademiks.
Yeah, no, but seriously,
Yeah.
the buzz for him is ridiculous at the beginning of the year. 6 months later, fast forward to July, he drops a couple of the songs. They're not doing what the big song did that dropped last year, and he did 25 remixes. Now we're saying, is he falling off? Is he gonna be around? So you start to see the trend among a lot of these new rappers.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, every 6 months. Like, yeah, it's Tekka's moment right now. I won't even say 6 months for him. Because he dropped an album that did well. Let's say a year. In a year, are we saying the same thing about him? Like, yo, man, could he get another ransom or not even a ransom? Listen, could we left, right, or did it again? It's like that now, and I do have to give credit to I'm gonna give credit to Uzi, because I remember when he said it, Yachty disagreed with it. Ugly God kind of reiterated, but he was basically saying that with how music is going, longevity is either super hard or really not even a thing. So for him, he was like, yo, he is gonna be out of here in like 3 years or so. And now, I disagree with that. And by the way, I think he's past 3 years. So
Yeah, he's way past 3 years.
And shoot, people are sitting waiting for his album, so he did some stuff right. But while it may have not been accurate for him, may not have been accurate for Yachty, I think for almost a lot of other artists, especially now, we're not even talking about 3, we're talking about 6 months.
Yo, these niggas ain't got no goals. I just feel like they don't have no goals. Like the only goal is to get some bread. And the kind of unfair thing with Namir is like, even though Namir, he was popping more last year, it's not like he stopped working. You know what I mean? Like he's overseas doing sold out tours. He's on the road, but that's what 50 is kind of saying.
Yeah, that on the road shit fucks you up.
But that's because, and he has a very smart team, but I think that sometimes things have to lead into more of a strategy. I don't see strategy with these kids. And it goes to like just dropping songs every day. I remember like 3 years ago, only 5,000 songs a week went into like the Spotify system. Now it's like 8,000 a day or some shit like that. Because now everybody can upload at any time, whatever. It's like 8,000 a day. How do you compete in that space where your shit is distinctive from everybody else? And if you're not looking at longevity, I think the way the game is like so oversaturated, if you're not looking at longevity right now, what are you really looking towards?
That's a good point. There's a lot of factors, but your goals matter a lot, like what your actual vision is.
And I mean, I don't think it's really down to a type of music you make, but I do think there's one thing that probably helps with longevity is like, gotta be feeling. I think the reason why people, for better or for worse, you know, I remember when I said it, like when we first started covering, I remember Joe was sitting across me at that time, and I was like, yo, Uzi's album, Love Is Rage 2, that's a breakup album. And a lot of people, like, it's a new age breakup album, which a lot of people resonated with. I think they're still resonating with it, they're waiting for his next project.
Right.
Now, let's use another example, Lil Pump. Yeah, Lil Pump last year, on fire. Gucci Gang is still going crazy, but let's go back a year and a half. Gucci Gang is like going nuts.
Yes, you hearing it on every radio show,
right?
Everything, right.
Fortunately, him and Kanye linked up and they had the I Love It moment. But other than that, it hasn't felt the same.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
If you had asked anyone who was in the Gucci Gang moment at that time, a kid who's gaining, he was doing some ridiculous analytics. You know, Instagram controls a lot of what the music industry is. He was gaining 1 million followers a month.
Oh yeah, his numbers was insane.
1 million followers a month. At that point, you start looking like, yo, nothing can stop this kid until the fans move on.
Have they moved on?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
What does he do with all those millions of followers now? Like, what's the next step when you're in a position like that?
Do silly shit like say you stopping drinking lean and pouring it out, but then saying you back on lean, or putting weed out on your hand. They do all types of silly, stupid shit.
I agree, but here's the thing. I do think all those artists have a chance to save themselves. I think that's why Ugly God even, tried to do his new album like that. The meaningless music, we had that debate one time, because Ugly God did a long ass rant. Because mean music is a lot of meaningless shit. Meaningless shit. And it's cool for the moment, but in 2 months, nobody cares. And definitely 2 years, nobody wants to talk about that.
Right.
You get me? Like, you're not here like, yo, yeah, I used to do like some stupid dance. Like, no, we're not like reminiscing like that. So a lot of those artists who just make that turn up rap music, or you're just rapping about drugs and it's like fly by night shit, that almost guarantees you won't be here the next year.
Right.
And I think I saw Ugly Guy. I think he was understanding that and he was trying to shift it. Lil Pump, the jig is up. Niggas know what you about to give us. You get me? Like, you're the young kid who's mad ignorant, you don't give a fuck about nothing, you take your drugs, you fuck everybody's moms, at least your music at least, and that's you. There's nothing else that's shocking, provocative about that anymore. That's the norm. We know what you're gonna do.
But you know what, and finish, oh, you got something, I thought you were gonna finish? All right, this is why, kids, please rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, please rap about something, because all the artists that rap, even the newer artists, they have shit that they talking about in their music, right? I say, like, even like to Roddy Ricch, like an artist like Roddy Ricch, I feel like Roddy Ricch could be around for 10 years. Yeah. I feel like Tory Lanez is gonna be around for 10 years. I feel like a lot of the artists that, when we look at Drake, no matter how much I talk about him singing and all that, the nigga raps. He raps about heartbreak, niggas crossing him, man's them, all that, but he has a narrative in his story. Every artist that you see that lasts for a long time, and yeah, it's cool to hit a lick for 1 year, but you don't want to hit one every year or every other year and keep doing this shit forever. Like, that's why we got to reconfigure out how things are going, because this shit is disposable. And I said it before, these labels don't give a fuck about these kids. They just throwing money. All right, let me make a bunch off you. Now you're out of it. Because the fight is fixed. You know what I mean? The fight is fixed with this shit. I hope that these kids find more about who they are themselves, like Cordae. I feel like Cordae has one of the best rap albums of this year.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna change, but don't let it distract you from the fact that there are great rappers out there slowly building huge fan bases.
And I mean, I don't necessarily think you have to be like some great rapper only to survive.
No, you don't have to be a great rapper. You just have to have a story.
I agree with the story thing. I do feel like the business of music these days is hurting the art of music.
Absolutely.
We can stick on and stay on the subject of Lil Pump. Lil Pump got out of his contract to get back in for a bigger bag. Now, the label, who's now committed even more money to him, trying to figure out how the hell we gonna make this shit.
But then he said he's not signed anymore or something like that?
Well, he was signed for that project, and I think maybe possibly like one more. Who knows? Mm. But just think about that, right? So you're now on a deadline. You got to put out a project by this time, and if you're an artist that you just got in the game, and your first project in, you're thinking about finessing out of your contract to get back in it for the bigger. Like that's how like you're in tune and you're with the new age. Like fuck signing for 5 albums like usually the albums artists did in the past. You're just trying to hit that lick. It's like that mentality is not gonna really lead to a long-term career, right? Like you're just thinking about collecting the bag right now, and what happens to your career because of the music you're putting out just to collect the bag now, a couple of years from now. You know what I mean? I've talked to artists and they'll remain nameless, and they literally said, "Yo, don't count that project. The label made me put that out. The mixtape age is dead. Nobody's putting out mixtapes, which sometimes the mixtapes might just be a vibe, right? The mixtape just might be, these are the joints that ain't the album, right? Everything just goes out. So now the audience ain't gonna wait for your album when you just gave them some trash. But sometimes, like, I had artists tell me, like, that last project I put out, don't worry, the label forced me to put that.
So what about us just having this conversation about the label not forcing you to do things you don't want or messing up rollouts?
It's not all the time. So
when it comes to a project, then they overrule you.
I mean,
like if you feel a project is rushing.
There are deadlines. Like, you have your artist signed. Like, you can't be like, I signed this artist to whatever label. I'm gonna be doing artist development for the next 3 years. No, get the fuck on out of here. Like, they probably have some type of deadlines in terms of when you got to deliver certain
Well, that's dependent upon if you're a rapper or not. You know what I mean? Like, because I watched her before she was her. And I watched them try to put out music, Jeff Robinson and MBK. I watched them try to put out music under her other alias. It wasn't working. You know what I mean? It wasn't connecting. They developed her.
What was the other alias?
I don't want to say because she ain't said it. You know what I mean? But
Wait, you from Harlem? Niggas telling the Harlem, bro.
come on, we not gonna do this. See, it always has to roll back to him and his man, right? But
What are you talking about?
Yikes.
But I watched them put out music, and the music didn't. Not saying it wasn't performing well, but at this time she's still growing. You know what I mean? Like she's growing from a young lady into a woman now. It's different things she wants to talk about. Now she's one of the biggest. I watched that girl, that young lady develop from 2012 up until 2017, 2016, 17ish, when she started putting out music, and now look, she's one of the biggest artists in the game now. So I can't say you can't do artist development for years. You can. It just depends on how you trying to win, what fight you trying to fight, and how you want to win it. So like with rappers, it happens quick. It happens very quick. They very disposable. If you get them young and you have a plan for them, cool.
Usually most rappers are signed because they're
Because they have some shit popping. Yeah.
Popping. You get me? Like you know the ones who are, if you don't see, you can go on, but this is a really easy thing. I do it all the time if I want to see what niggas sign. Go on Spotify, I'm seeing who's distributing the song.
Yeah.
And it doesn't show it all the time because sometimes the labels, they be on the list, act like you're independent shit. Right. But you'll see this is licensed to whatever production company and distributed by Warner Music Group. Clearly. So
I guess, yeah, we'll see. Right?
I guess we're gonna wrap up with the label conversation today.
It's a lot.
But yo, look, the disposable rap is not gonna change. But I do think, there's just so many talented people out there who I hope just like, it's not even that they're sneaking up because they're doing all the groundwork while people are doing all the bullshit. You know what I mean? So I hope those people blow up and stick around for a long time.
Right.
Should we do, you guys wanna do Meek? One more big facts or BS, just stay on topic here. Labels locking these young bulls down. The crazy part is most of these artists rather get screwed by somebody from a different race to feel like nobody can do anything for them.
Very good point. I say big facts. Very good point because that's the thing, man. Nothing. A nigga get. I seen a meme like a nigga get $1,000 in 20s and start talking about how nobody never did nothing for him. You know what I mean? Like for real.
$1,000.
But it's serious though. It's like there's a lot of opportunities that could happen, but a person they'd rather like run to a label because they feel like, oh, all right, like a Meek, right? So if Dream Chasers, let's just say Dream Chasers for instance, Dream Chasers reaching out to the next young kid in Philly, and we like, yeah, they want to get this kid down and this, down, and third, and you talking with Meek, but then they say, oh, no, I don't want to fuck with him. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go do my own thing. What you mean your own thing? At least you dealing with a person that comes from where you come from that could give you the game right there firsthand that's gone through trials and tribulations for over the past 10 years in business-wise, not his other shit, but business-wise. Now I'm gonna go do my own thing. Like you'd rather go give it to somebody else, and like you said, yeah, somebody from another race. Like you'd rather give them that alley-oop than to say that a person put you on or nobody never did nothing for me, I did this shit myself, and then probably end up in a crazier contract. You know?
Sure.
I'm going BS. Just putting and establishing some historical facts. Meek just signed a lucrative deal with Roc Nation for, I guess, the re-up of like Dream Chasers. So he's signing niggas. Let's be very clear. Absolutely. This is not just out the blue. I don't think people are turning down opportunities with Meek to go sign to a label that's faceless or that's of a different color, just because they want to feel like, no, I don't feel like that's what it is. Niggas don't want to be signed to rappers. Like, again, Ross is one of the few examples of, rappers turn executives who are really good, but I don't think people want to be under rappers. Like, if that was the case,
majority of these niggas are signing rappers, Zach. A lot of these niggas are signing rappers.
I mean, but now, hold on. Most of these dudes, they were signed to rappers when they couldn't get meetings and other things with people who were just at the label.
Okay.
Or also, they felt the rapper was doing something for them. Now a lot of these dudes like, yo, like y'all are hollering at me while I'm popping already. Why do I need your cosign?
Yeah, but the thing, but see, that's the thing. It's like putting the chicken before the egg, right? It's like, how do you can't always find out about somebody when they're not popping, like all of that. Oh, nobody, like I always see rappers complaining about like nobody never did nothing for me. I'm not looking for a handout. Nobody. How are we supposed to know about you if you don't get popping? Like I just don't understand how it works. Okay, so you don't have shit going on, right? You don't have nothing going on. Keep in mind that music business is in fact business. It's not a new friendship. It's not for me to take you under my wing so that we could be friends and family and all that shit. If you have nothing tangible business-wise, no matter how fucking dope you are, nobody wants to do business with you. That's just life. So I just don't get the point of how a kid could say, oh, now you want to fuck with me because I'm popping. That's everything.
I completely get that. But then I do also have to bring, again, just being factually and historically correct, even though we're talking about label stuff, not management stuff, Melly was an artist who was linked with Meek, and it felt like her complaints about that situation, or when she was possibly thinking about going with their management or whatever, she felt because he was an artist and she was an artist, like, and also she was a woman, there was some uncomfortability there. So again, maybe that's playing a part. I don't know. I'm just.
But she went and signed to another artist, right?
That is true.
Right. But she was already signed. That's the thing that nobody's talking about. She was already signed to Interscope.
She was signed to Interscope.
She already had signed to Interscope. We was talking about management. So she went and now she didn't sign with Meek, but she signed with Tory. And I don't know. Like, I don't know if Tory was like, you know, if he had a relationship with her prior. That's not for me to speak on. I don't know that. All I'm saying is when you look at that one situation, his biggest album of his career, his biggest moment, he put her on a record and took her on the road. So you would think that would kind of warrant or kind of open up the doors to say, I'm serious about you working with me. Again, I don't know if her and Tory had already had a relationship. I'm not going to say, I don't have nothing ill to say about Tory. But she went with another artist. Now, since that's happened, and Melly is very fucking talented. I don't want to get that fucked up. She's a very talented young lady. But since that's happened, how much have you heard about Melly?
I mean, I've seen a couple things about her, but
No.
I follow her, so.
Bro, I mean, I follow her too.
She dropped phases, you know.
She dropped. I'm just saying.
She's a relatively new artist.
Relatively new artist, but visibility-wise, visibility and act, tons of shit comes across your desk every day. How much interaction have you seen culturally as the game fucking with her?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I'll give you that point. I don't know if it would matter if she was with anyone else, because I don't feel like she's that type of artist.
Real quick, and I'm gonna let you again. I just feel like what was going on over there, they kind of set the tone of what they wanted to do. Put on a record, had on a roll. She was kind of getting rolled into this whole. It's like when everybody was speculating, where's Drake gonna sign with? The nigga was going to sign the Rock Nation after he was on the roll with Young Money and fucking singing Bobby Valentino's part of Mrs. Officer every night. Yeah. Like, where else would he have signed other than Young Money? You know what I'm saying?
So two things also to bring up, right? And I'll bring up this one first because I think the second one you can respond to. Well, actually, I'll bring up the last one. Wow, I'm like drawing a blank. Seriously, that's just like both of them.
Ding, ding, ding.
No. So like when you look at, I'm definitely just drawing like a big ass blank.
Was it still about Melly and Meek, or?
No, it wasn't.
Artist signed to other artists?
Yeah, artist signed. No, 21 Savage. Like, that's another reason I'm saying BS to this, right? He's saying about 21 Savage literally came out and said, I signed to Epic because there was a black face finally that I was talking to in a meeting, who was the boss. Right. And it was L.A. Reid at the time.
Okay.
And again, I think, at least in my thinking, I'm thinking it's more of a artist type of thing rather than, I'd rather go sign, quote unquote, to the white man, right? Because like you heard 21, he's like, yo, I literally signed to Epic, and maybe he's maybe he's an outlier. If he's an outlier, fine. But I heard him say, yo, I was trying to sign to somebody who I feel could relate to me. I'm a street nigga from Atlanta. I'm going to all these meetings. I'm trying to tell them what I'm trying to do. I don't know if they're really understanding me.
Right.
This one dude, he looks like me. I'm gonna get in business. They're all offering around the same thing. Right. You get me? So I looked at that and I was like, if I'm listening to what Meek is saying, maybe it is more about the artist. And then, this was the second thing. See, everything is coming back.
All right.
Perhaps, and again, I am taking this as Meek is probably going through some growing pains and trying to, you know, probably sign like a artist, right? And of course, by the way, people would want to sign to Meek, right? But you know, certain artists, you know, maybe artists who's like buzzing, whatever. Do you think track records comes into?
Absolutely. I think that's a very, very good point, because the first thing an artist is going to say, even for me as an A&R, right? Like, it's like people going to say, all right, well, who did he sign? Like, what did he work on? You know, the people want to know your resume. And I'll say, like, Meek doesn't have a lot of artists that was signed to him that work. I mean, Lil Snoop, unfortunately, he passed away. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, there's not a lot of artists that signed to him that he did anything with. But I will say that you've seen him give plenty of young up-and-coming artists opportunities. When he was on Dream Chasers 2, he put Travis Scott on a record. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put Travis Scott produced and rapped on a record for him. So it's like, you can see that there's different influence. And I don't want to turn it into just sign to Meek, y'all, because I don't work for Dream Chasers or Roc Nation.
Right.
But I'm just saying that, like, in terms of what he's saying, the reason why I say it's big facts is because, yeah, there is a thing where in business, we always run into a person of an opposite color for business instead of looking at a person that looks like us, comes from where we come from, and could give us some game because we think, oh, niggas is just trying to get over on other niggas. And that's a fact.
That's an intuitive thing that people think about regardless of music.
Yeah.
Like, if two people
That nigga trying to do me dirty. Like, yeah, like,
trying to finesse me.
yeah. But they're not. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I just have to bring up some valid points
Right.
that if that's not the thing, maybe those other things were.
right.
All things to consider. All right, I think that's it. We're labeled out.
Yeah,
We don't
we're
need to do
labeled
this last. We don't even, we're not going to get to B.O.B. I think we're out of time.
They love label talk, yo. The audience loves
Oh, yeah,
it.
there's more. There's more. But if we do this next one, it's going to go for another hour probably. So tomorrow, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. Keep sending your fan questions at Everyday Shrug on Twitter with 2 Gs. See you tomorrow.
It's good to be back.